Hello everyone, and welcome to this quick overview of Prisma Access for remote networks integration. We're going to quickly go through what's required, how to enable and use, and how to verify this integration. In our environment, we have an active CloudGenix location with 2 internet circuits connected. We have a pre-configured direct-to-internet policy sending traffic direct to internet, and we can tell, looking at the statistics, that both circuits are actively sending traffic. On the Panorama side, we have a Panorama with a Prisma Access Cloud Services plugin installed successfully, and all of the basic required configuration, service setup, subnet range, and the trust and untrust zones. Enabling the CloudGenix and Prisma Access integration is a quick 2-step process. First step, we're going to enable the CloudBlade and CloudGenix. First, we give the Panorama hostname or IP we want to integrate with. And second, we give the username that we've configured for integration from the CloudGenix cloud in Panorama. After we enter these, we hit install. Now we're done. For the second step, we need to spin up the CloudGenix integration container to connect the CloudGenix controller to Panorama. This container is a Docker container. It can run on a Docker instance, or it can run using any cloud container system. We have some helper scripts to run cloud containers fairly easy. For this demo, we're just going to simply use a Google Compute container instance. So we're going to go ahead and launch the container helper. Now we're going to set up container variables. We have to give the container a pre-shared key that'll be used to generate the VPNs. We then have to configure the password for the account we installed in the CloudBlade earlier. We then have to give the Prisma Access API key. To get this Prisma Access API key, you go to Panorama under Configuration for the cloud services, and you click Generate API Key. Next, we need a CloudGenix authentication token. To get the CloudGenix authentication token, you simply go to the CloudGenix UI, go to System Administration, and go to Auth Tokens, and generate an auth token. Great, now we can see the container is launched, and we can hit enter and automatically view the Prisma Access integration logs to help troubleshoot if we need to. Now that the integration is enabled, let's onboard a site to Prisma Access. To do that in CloudGenix, we add a few tags. The first tag we do is at the site level, we add a Prisma_access tag to the site. Next, we go to the element, and on the interfaces we wish to create tunnels for, we add tags that say which region we would like to connect tunnels to Prisma. We can add multiple tags to an interface to create multiple tunnels to different Prisma regions. Now, if we check in Panorama, we should see that the remote network onboardings have been created. If we go back to the CloudGenix UI, we can now see that the tunnels have been created. Now that everything's enabled and integrated, let's go ahead and change the policy to start sending traffic via Prisma. So I'm going to go to our stacked policy sets. And right now we can see that the traffic is set to direct to internet. I'm going to change this to Prisma Access Inspect and save. Now traffic will start going directly to Prisma instead of going direct to the internet. And how does this policy set actually function? If we take a look at the policy set, Prisma Access Inspect, it has a direct to Prisma Access default policy. That direct to Prisma Access default policy has a very simple rule that states if traffic is going anywhere, it will go via third-party VPN. It will use the Auto Prisma Active and Auto Prisma Backup service groups that were automatically created as part of the integration. Now let's verify the policy that we created earlier is having the right effect. So first we're going to take a look at the CloudGenix activity page, and we can see that the policy has already started moving traffic onto the third-party VPN or Prisma. And we can see that transactions are still succeeding and everything looks good. In addition, we can go to Panorama and we can validate in the remote network monitor that everything is up and working correctly for these different locations. Finally, we could actually look at flow logs in Panorama and see what traffic is actually flowing through the system. That's all for today. For more information, please check out the links below. Thanks for attending.